Comments. Question commentaire. The honourable member for Carleton.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. To build on the member's excellent speech, the facts are published and available that 60% of those who maxed out their tax-free savings accounts earned less than $60,000 a year. How is that possible? Asks the Prime Minister. How could someone who makes only $60,000 a year have $5,000 left to max out the TFSA every year? And the answer is they don't. They don't get it from their income. They get it from downsizing their home, which turns some of their home equity into cash, as many seniors do, when a spouse passes away and bequeaths their savings, or when they're forced to take money out of their RRIFs, which they've accumulated over an entire lifetime. They often have large infusions, even though they are people of very limited means. Hence why 60% of people who max out their TFSAs earn less than $60,000 a year. And the decision by the present government to cut back tax-free savings accounts will limit the ability of these modest means people to put that money into a tax-free vehicle where it grows and pays them an income and a dignified retirement for the rest of their lives, 2/3 of them being in their retirement period. So I wonder if the member can comment on the irony of a government that wants to raise taxes on the savings of seniors and the retired, while simultaneously proposing a mandatory expansion of the CPP, which under the pretext of helping people retire.
The honourable member for Regina Capel.
I'd like to thank my colleague for the question, and I appreciate the ability that he has to recall those types of stats and figures. And I knew in general terms, but of course he very articulately brought in the actual stats, and I thank him for that. And there is a great irony there, and I think it's an irony that we see in the Liberals from their approach on all economic matters. I think fundamentally they fear the independence of ordinary Canadians. The Liberals like to have clients, they like to have people reliant on government. And if you have your own money in a TFSA, if you have your own RRSPs, you don't need government. You don't need the different programs to be increased or altered. You can just quietly go about living your life based on the savings that you've accumulated. But if you're not allowed to put that money in those types of vehicles and you have to depend on government programs, then you have a home, the Liberals have a base to grow, and they have people who are beholden to government. And that, I think, is ultimately what they're trying to do, is limit the independence of ordinary Canadians so that they do end up more and more heavily dependent on the state, and look for parties like the Liberals who constantly offer more spending.